Okay, problem number 3. Again, I'll go to the whiteboard and I'll go through the steps. If you're catching on, though, you can do it yourself, please. There's no need to watch a video. Just do it yourself. You have the answers there. You have the nth term, and you have the nth partial sum. All right? So let me go to the whiteboard. Let me write down what the sum is. I'm going to write down Sn. Whoops. So Sn, this is the nth partial sum, 1 over 1 times 4 plus 1 over 4 times 7 plus 1 over 7 times 10 plus yada, yada, yada. I need to get to the nth term. All right, now looking at it, I always say chase one rabbit at a time. So if you chase this guy right over here, I hope you realize that it's something to do with 3. So I'll be a little better at this. So I'm going to say 3n, all right, minus 2. All right. Now, does that work? A1 is, 1 would be 3 minus 2 is 1, and 2 would be 6 minus 2 is 4, and then 9 minus 2 is, it works. So it's 3n minus 2 for the first factor. Let's work on the second factor. And that also has to do with 3. And it looks like 3n plus 1, right, for this guy over here. Write that down, 3n plus 1. All right, let me get my eraser out. I know what Sn looks like. I'm going to write down an for you, because that's one thing they're asking for, an. And an, let's see, did I make a mistake somewhere? Let's take a look. An is 1, 3n minus 2, 3n plus 1. And I think by now I'm going to split this into 2 terms now by using partial fractions. I'll write that down for you. 3n minus 2, 3n plus 1 is equal to a, 3n minus 2 plus b over 3n plus 1. Multiply both sides by the LCD, and you can get a, 3n plus 1, plus b, 3n minus 2. Let's pick an easy n. I'm going to say n would be minus 1/3. We get 1. The a would disappear because 3n times minus 1/3 is minus 1, and minus 1 plus 1 is 0. Then what do you get? You get a b. Well, let's see, you would get minus 1 minus 2, which would be minus 3. So this tells me b is minus 1/3. All right? Now, let's pick another easy number. And I'm going to say n is equal to 2/3 now. I get 1. You would get a. And if I pick 2/3, I get 3 over here. And then the b would disappear because the coefficient on it would be 0. Because 3 times 2/3 is 2, and 2 minus 2 is 0. What does this tell me? A is 1/3. So let me get my eraser out. I'm going to put 1/3 and 1/3. See if we can do that. 1/3 here. Minus 1/3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out the 1/3. All right? So I'm going to write down 1/3 times 1, 3n minus 2 minus 1 over 3n plus 1. All right, I think I'm done with my partial fractions work. I'm going to erase it now. I'm kind of done with it. And again, the miracle of video is you can always rewind and watch again if you didn't get that or didn't have a chance to copy it down. This reminds me of a teacher at a blackboard, they erase something and then it's gone. It's gone if you didn't copy it down. Or so some students who take pictures nowadays. So let's write this down. Let's write down Sn. Well, it's 1/3. And I think you know by now I'm going to write terms down, one at a time, by the way. So I'm going to start at 1. And the first term would be this. It would be 1 over 3 minus 2, which is 1, minus 1 over 3 plus 1, which is 4. Next term, and there's a nice pattern to this. If you see it, that's fine. If you don't see it, you keep writing them. It will be 1 over, I'm at 2 now, and 6 minus 2 is 4. And then you get 2, 3 times 2 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7. Well, I'm starting to see a pattern, it's emerging. It's going to be 1 over, it goes up by 3, 7, goes up by 3. So I'm going to just kind of meander along and say dot, dot, dot. I want to put the last 3 terms down. Well, the last term would be 1 over 3n minus 2 minus 1 over 3n plus 1. Now, instead of going up by 3, I'll go down by 3. So what would this be over here? 1 over, I'm going down by 3, so minus 5. 1 over 3n minus 8, minus, minus. I'm going to go down by 3 on that one as well, the bottom, by the way. 3n minus 2, and 1 over 3n minus 5. What do I notice? A lot of cancellations. Gone. Gone. This one's known as telescoping. Gone. There's a guy here who's going to make that gone. And by everyone in the middle is over here is going to be gone too. Gone. Gone. So what do we get for Sn? We get something pretty simple. We get 1/3. 1. That's right here. And lo and behold, we get this last term, which would be minus 1 over 3n plus 1. Again, we have an. This is an here. If you prefer, you can write an down as 1/3. 1 over 3n minus 2 minus 1 over 3n plus 1. That's also acceptable. We have Sn. Let's write Sn down for you. We'll look at the key later, by the way. 1/3, 1 minus 1 over 3n plus 1. You can also write this as 1/3. There's no need to, but you could. 3n plus 1. And then what you get, you would get 3n plus 1 minus 1, which is 3n. And this thing turns out to be n over 3n plus 1. What am I going to do now? I want to get S infinity. And that's going to be the limit as n goes to infinity of Sn. I'm kind of looking at Sn. I don't want to write it down again, by the way. So it's going to be 1/3, 1 minus 0, which is 1/3. All right? Let's go to the answer key. And by looking at the answer key, I want to make sure I've got what they said I was going to get. And let's look at the an first. I see the an. I see the 1, 3n minus 2. Whoops, I see a typo in my work. I'll correct it. 3n plus 1, 1/3, 1, 3n minus 2, minus 1 over 3n plus 1. The typo will be corrected. You're not going to see that, by the way. Let me see if I got Sn down. 1/3, 1 minus 1. Yeah, I got that. I got this one. And did I get the limit right? Yep, everything is done. And I will correct the typo. Thank you.